We're given the integral x e to the negative 2x dx from the bounds 0 up to 1. And this is a clear product in the integrand with no easy u substitution to do. So what we'll do is we'll do an integration by parts, starting with u equal to x. The derivative of u is simply the derivative of x. We'll have dv equaling e to the negative 2x, and then we'll integrate that to find v. And in this case, it will be e to the negative 2x over negative 2. Now, because this is integration by parts, we'll go across the top first and then down and over. And so first up, we get x e to the negative 2x over negative 2, integrated from 0 to 1, minus the integral, also from 0 to 1, of, there's a negative 2 on the bottom here, so we can pull that out and change the negative to a positive, and do a 1/2 out in front of the integral, e to the negative 2x dx. And that's just by going down this way. Now we already know what the integral of e to the negative 2x is because we've done it once here. It's e to the negative 2x over negative 2. And so what we can do is rewrite this all. We can say x e to the negative 2x over negative 2 from 0 to 1 plus 1/2 times e to the negative 2x over negative 2, also then from 0 to 1. And then we can simplify this here. We can say x e to negative 2x over negative 2, and I'll hold off on doing the bounds just yet because I'll include them in the rest of it. We have a plus 1/2 times e to the negative 2x over negative 2. These two multiply, so we get negative 4, and it changes this sign. So we'll have minus e to the negative 2x over 4, and this all will be evaluated from 0 to 1. So we'll start off with 1, and we'll say 1 times e to the negative 2 times 1, which is just negative 2, over negative 2, minus e to the negative 2 times 1, again, which is just negative 2, over 4, minus, in parentheses now, 0 up top means this is 0. 0 here means we'll have 0 minus, putting a 0 here changes this to 0, and 0 as anything's power is just 1, so that just becomes minus 1 over 4. Solving now, we will try and make these two have like denominators. So what we start off with is actually moving these negative 2's down to the bottom, so we'll have 1 over negative 2e squared minus 1 over 4e squared, and then we'll go ahead and distribute this. That will end up being plus 1/4. Now to make these like, we just have to multiply this one by 2, both on the top and on the bottom. And so what we'll have is we'll have 2 over negative 4e squared minus 1 over 4e squared plus 1/4. And when we combine these two terms, what we end up having is negative 3. We'll have negative 3 over 4e squared plus 1/4. And this negative 3 comes from having a negative out front here stemming from this. Negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3 over 4e squared plus 1/4. And this is your final solution to the integral. If you have any other questions or any other calculus or physics problems you want me to work through, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you found this helpful.